Okay, we're live on YouTube, and I'll spin the camera around. So nobody ever finds these, so that's one of my issues. Sorry to waste your minute there. Okay, so I was just watching Fox News, which I like a little bit. So thank you for calling back. I thought about. I got what are those things called? You sent me and then and that Margaret, that old lady Margaret, like me. Um, I'm old man. She posted the jury trial little logo thing.
What'd she post?
The You posted it and she posted the little jury trial logo thing on
Oh,
the
okay.
on the messenger. But you're preaching to the choir. Those are all people that are harmed. But Facebook's I'm trying to figure it all out, and maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just be like all the rest of it. I just had the fucking people from Home Pro call me. I shouldn't say fucking people. People from Home Pro. Now they don't have the windows I've ordered for the wife's village house. It's a what I call a clusterfuck or a shithole, as Trump would say, and it's just embarrassing that they can't get it done. Now I want a deal. I always want a deal. I'm Jewish. I always like a good price. And did I tell you that I told you the Jewish joke, didn't I, or was that somebody else?
What joke was it?
How do you get 13 Jews into a Volkswagen? Throw in a penny.
Tell me.
Yeah, throw in a
Huh?
penny. Throw in a penny.
Oh yeah.
So when we
Yeah.
were
I
kids,
don't think they jump for a penny.
when we were kids, we told Dago jokes, we told Jewish jokes, and there was a little more bullying. So there is progress, but I think we've gone too far the other way. Too many people are too sensitive, including myself. Get too sensitive
Yeah.
about shit.
You heard about the five snowmen that were standing in front of the barber shop,
No.
and and the one said, "I smell carrots." Yeah.
That's
So, anyways, how's things going out there for you? Pretty good.
I'm trying to. It's a minor thing. It's the letter of the law and the spirit of the law, and that's what you're talking about. And I'm all for plea bargains and deal making. I see our jails as
Hold
just
on.
a instant. Yeah. I hung up. Okay, my battery is gone there too. Okay, so we'll charge in and plug. Still trying to get unpacked and moving on. Let's see what the Donald has to say.
So they're not going to be too happy.
Well, that's October
A last
2016.
night on government officials lobbying for a foreign government.
That was unusual for a Republican candidate, and so was what Donald Trump said about student loan debt and health care.
We will lower the cost of college and solve the student loan crisis.
Hey, you back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, my phone messed up.
No problem. Okay.
Anyways, so you were telling me about the spirit of the law and the letter of the law?
Yeah, but I was getting more into prisons. I think that's just a business. Everything is a business. Everything is money. I think we talked about that a little earlier in our conversation. But I can't remember what I tell the one person and another person. But the guy the comic on the TV today, she basically said she's been against the wall from the beginning. I've been against the wall from the beginning. But I support the president, and I think we need it, and I think it does good, and it's only 5 billion, and it's fucking politics. They're all posturing to win. They just showed the 30 Democrats in the Caribbean, and I have no problem with that as long as everybody knows what they're fucking doing and how they're getting paid and what the kickbacks are or whatever it is. In Thailand, when you get caught dirty, you know what it costs to get out, and you circumvent the government, and it's much cheaper in America. $100 for a fucking parking ticket on your car. That's just fucking ridiculous.
Hmm.
So that's my
It
opinion.
would never pass a jury's muster.
Well, yeah. If you fight a parking
It was
ticket,
jury.
if you fight a parking ticket, well, I got a parking ticket. It took me $70 or $90, and that's what they want. That's what they want with the courts. They make these and is not guilty, but sometimes the plea deal for some people it's better than all the bullshit.
I hear you, because there's no justice in the justice system right now.
Yeah,
There's
took.
no
That's
jury
why I
in
went
the-
to jail.
There's
Yeah.
no jury in the jury court system. That our courts in the United States are jury courts. They're not just regular courts. They're jury courts, especially according to the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, and the Sixth and Seventh. Those are jury courts. But there's no jury in the jury courts these days. You know, they're making more and more caveats of certain types of courts that don't need juries, according to these folks, and everyone's getting rich except the regular citizen.
You're spot on. You're spot on. You're spot on. You're spot on. So how and I like what you told me before, John. So how do we get the message to the masses? You're going to do it one person at a time. We have to do it faster.
Well, the way that you do it is just like I showed you. You send the media list. You contact the media list. The media list that I send you have 100 people in them. You contact all 100 of those media folks, and as well, you get 100 of your folks to contact those same media folks, and then you start digging up more and more addresses until you have 1,000 times 1,000 eventually messages a day going out that's saying our courts are being used as exploitation rackets. And as soon as you have that going out there real strong like that, everything will come together, especially once we get step 2 includes making presentments to the grand juries of your district as well as your law enforcement agencies. So step 1 is informing the masses, getting it out to the general public, the media contacts, as well as anybody else you can get to. Step 2 is getting warrants at the grand jury and at your law enforcement agencies, as well as all your 3 branch agencies. So, and step 3 is just starting over again, getting more and more people to do it. It's actually a deficit in your educational curriculum right now in the country. When you graduate high school, you're supposed to know how to do this. You're just supposed to know how to make presentments.
Yeah, we used to have to take a civics test back when I was a kid. I don't remember it.
Right, and those curriculums are
Gone,
currently they're defunct on purpose.
No, you don't want
for large amounts of money.
You want slaves. That's what the guy in the guy that do you know Gavin Syme?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Slavery, the opposite of slavery is jury trial due process. So, and it all comes down to that. Either your country is either going to be a slave state, or it's going to be you're going to have jury trial due process, which includes accountability all the way to the top, upper echelons. And you see it. Trump is accountable to the grand jury. That's why they have Robert Mueller and a special prosecutor, just like anyone else. A citizen's arrest can be made and presentments can be made. Trump is accountable to the grand jury, just like any other judge or any legislator. Everyone is accountable to the grand jury.
So they're doing that. They're doing that, but that's costing millions of dollars.
Not necessarily. It's actually the cheapest route you're ever going to find. It's $100 a day per juror, and within 10 days, you should be able to present all the evidence and either have a warrant, a bill, or a non-bill.
What's Mueller doing then? What's Mueller doing? I don't know enough. You know more than me. Your profession is a teacher?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. You're employed by a university though, or not?
What's that?
Are you employed by a university? What are your credentials?
I have a triple doctorate.
Okay.
So But as for Mueller, what you see there with that situation is you see the general scenario that somebody outside of the government can actually step in, especially when there's a conflict of interest, and make special prosecutions and presentments to the grand jury of knowledge of wrongdoing, evidence, just like me or you can do. We actually have to do. It's an obligation under the Constitution as a citizen. Once you hit 18 or you become an adult. And what you see there is what we all can do, and that's the general process, except that the process is controlled right now to where only select individuals can present evidence to the grand jury.
That's Mueller?
And it's controlled. Well, Mueller is an example of that. Mueller is the only one, they gave him special access to the grand jury, but in order for it to be done right, everyone has to be able to have access. There should be a plaque at every courthouse that says, right in front of the courthouse at the front doors, it should say, if you have knowledge of corruption, including court corruption, if you feel you've been victimized or you have knowledge of a victimization, contact your local grand jury. Here's the phone number or fax number or whatever.
Yeah,
It should
but
be at every courthouse.
my experience
Instead,
is
we walk into,
these government employees, they don't want to be bothered or hassled, and they protect their fellow employees.
well, it's not that they don't want to be bothered or hassled. It's that they're making millions of dollars off of this stuff.
Okay.
And the ones that aren't making the money, they don't really, either they don't know or they don't have the ability to take on the bad guys. And just like you saw in Nazi Germany.
Well, that's why when you hide under behind an eagle, I understand why, because I'm 66. You're not as old, you told me, but at this point, if they come after me again, I'm just going to reach for the cop's gun and let him blow me away, or blow my own brains out.
Your cops are constitutional supporters and defenders.
Some.
They don't really know how to take on a crooked judge, and all they know how to do is take on orders. It's an educational deficit in your country.
Yeah, I hear you
Nobody knows
there.
what to do when your country's when your government has went rogue and they've went juryless, just like you saw in Nazi Germany. Once the Nazis started gaining power, there was nothing that you could do to take on the Nazi regime.
No, people would
Either
still
a
they do it. What do you call it? The underground or whatever. But they would battle it, and they'd risk their own lives because they knew it was wrong.
Well, a lot of people, they did it underground in Germany, so that way they didn't get executed.
Yeah, you're gonna get killed,
but,
dude.
above ground, above surface, you're kind of limited once the bad guys get into control, and getting, so you're in Nazi Germany. Once they gained control, you were either a Nazi or you were an enemy of the Nazis, and nobody wanted to be that. And
so John,
basically.
John, I got a 15-minute video here on YouTube. Can we start with this and put it across all these groups that we're in? Because the one group I started is all about stop the fighting, and they're still fighting. I don't know who you came on and said he's a good guy. You don't know me from Adam. I don't know you from Adam. I know a couple of the people.
No, but if you pay attention to my words, I said as far as I know.
Yeah.
You seem fine to me.
No, I'm the same way. Caveats. I hate the caveats. I hate the caveats.
I mean, you're saying that you have a YouTube video of us talking right now?
I'm making it. Sometimes they disappear. Shit happens. That's what some of these people are talking about. So let's start with that.
Oh,
Just on a couple bullets.
You have a YouTube of our conversation?
We're YouTube live right now.
Or a video?
We're YouTube live now. When I post it, nobody sees my shit.
Is it audio? Is it audio only or?
No, I got a picture of my computer. Well, first you were on my phone, and then now you're on my Chromebook, and I got all kinds of. I can show you all. I'm just a dumb son of a bitch. I'm like Donald Trump. I got a high IQ, but just like him, I'm a dumb son of a bitch. But he's more president. I have a guy that just wrote him in England. We just spent 11 days hiking in the things. Every day he blasted Donald Trump, and every day I try to show him another side, and he's not going to change his mind. But I just wrote to him about Brexit.
I don't think it's bother. I don't think one guy, expressing disappointment or whatever in Trump is going to bother Trump very much. I don't think he takes it personally if one person doesn't approve of his.
No, he don't give a shit what anybody says. Or he does and he doesn't. That's
the bottom line is he's a very smart guy and he's very powerful, and he got up into the office, and I hope that he gets in there and supports and defends the Constitution. That's what the job is, and I think that he's got what it takes to do it. So all he needs is the right people in his corner.
Yeah, but one guy can sabotage the whole fucking thing. And we've seen a little bit of that.
Not necessarily, but I hear you.
Yeah.
But Trump's, I think, is smart enough to decipher between the good and the bad, and
he's been tricked a couple times. That comes out. You get bad information. You're in the top. You trust your people, and well, that's why he has problems. But conversely, and I'll tell it to his face, I haven't done the research. I got too much shit going on. I don't care if he slept with Stormy Daniels, but if he did, just fucking tell us. And somebody said he did not.
Yeah,
But you'll lose all middle America. You can't have any skeletons.
He's trying to stay away from that subject, I guess, but that's kind of between them. If that happened, I don't really know, but I know one thing: he's got to get in our courts, make sure that we're getting jury trials.
Well,
make
he's
sure that the grand jury is accessible and that our law enforcement is out there kicking butt. Because our Constitution comes first in this country for very good reasons, and it's to protect all of us, our peace and our security, in the short term and the long term. So he's going to get out there and get our law enforcement fired up, stop all these unnecessary deaths for the police officers that's happening and for the citizens alike.
Yeah, but there's some bad cops out there too. There's some bad cops. So I don't want this to go 20 minutes. If it gets too long, people won't watch it. Let me put it in the group.
Okay, but hey.
Yeah?
Jury trials.
And
if you know of any corruption, report to your grand jury. You do a jury trial court, and Trump, get our police officers fired up and make sure that our courts are working right with juries in every courtroom, okay?
Okay. Grand jury, yeah, the grand jury, I need more help, but we'll talk again. And we can do email and share them.
Great talking with you.
Thank you, John.
And we'll talk again soon.
Okay, buddy.
Have a good
Bye.
night.